we're going to be showing you the restoration of a 1954 Kenmore 4-speed wood cabinet fan. So make sure you have a clean area to start with, and then you're going to also need materials. Of course, a tack cloth. Then you're going to also need your wood conditioner. Once you finish sanding, you're going to want to make sure you put the conditioner on. And of course, your stain. And with the stain, you're also going to need to make sure you have some clean rags and some plastic. That's to cover items. Also want to make sure we have polyurethane, so once we get staining we can apply that. And have gloves, because once you get the stain on, you don't want to get it on your hands, so gloves are very important. So we took the fan all apart, and with this process we then sanded it down completely. You're going to want to take your tack cloth once you get finished sanding and make sure you wipe off any excess. Now the wood conditioner is the next piece that we'll want to put on after we rub that with the tack cloth. Now the wood is going to soak this up, and this wood conditioner, you're going to want to leave this on at least 5 to 10 minutes before you remove any excess off of the actual fan itself, the box. Now you can see this is after the wood conditioner. We're going to wipe off any of the excess that's there. We've let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. Take you a clean rag and clean off any of that excess. Now after this is complete, you've got about 2 hours to stain. So we'll go ahead and we'll start staining the actual box here. Of course, take your clean rag, make sure you have your gloves on. Now, once that's complete, of course, you're going to want to let that dry. And then we'll start the process for the polyurethane. Now, we generally do about 2 coats, and you need to wait between each coat, let that first coat dry, probably several hours. Now once we got completed with the fan part, what we're going to do now is we're going to show you some of the actual material that came off the fan, and we kept all the original parts for the fan, but we did do some cleaning of that. So this is the fan back. As you can see, we're going to have to fix that gap that's there, and we'll take some pliers and we'll actually fix that piece. Now the other parts to the fan, of course, we have the electrical plug. And then we've got the faceplate that goes on for the rotary switch. And this is the actual rotary switch. And we're going to also clean that out here shortly. This is the switch that goes on that plate. And here we have the fan blades. And that's going to be cleaned up, and then the actual motor there behind it. Now this thing is, a little over 62 years old, and let me tell you, it ran, even though we're getting ready to clean everything out. This thing still originally ran. Now these are the blades that go on the box fan. They swivel so you can control the airflow. Now we'll take air, and of course we'll clean out that rotary switch really good. Get any old dust that's in there. Being 62 years, that's quite a bit of time. We'll also take, and blow out the actual fan motor. I had some help cleaning the blades, you can tell there. He is very interested in that. But just warm soap and water. And then one of the other things that my husband used was contact cleaner. This was used on the rotary switch to actually clean that really good. Now once we got that done, kind of went back over while my husband was working on the actual motor of the fan, finished cleaning those blades up. There was lots of those blades. So then we started putting the actual fan back together. There's the motor back in place of the fan. There's the original box fan blades in the front, all good and clean. This is my husband putting the wires back into the fan and rewiring that. And this is the fan back. Remember, we did keep all original material. Now we're ready for our test run. Just want to remind you all, this is the 1954 Kenmore Electric 4-speed box fan. 62 years old. These things were built to last. How many fans do you have that still run after just a few years? Just to show you those original blades, how those turn, so you can control the airflow and where you want that to go. So what's interesting on this too is that of course on this plate it gives you the model number and serial number both. So this was a model 337, and the high, first and second and low, those all work. I want to give a shout out to my husband. He did a majority of the work on this thing, and we originally bought this fan for about $10 at a yard sale. Now one thing I want to do is I'm going to shut off all the audio and kind of let you hear the actual noise of the fan and the force behind it, because this thing, I'm telling you, it blows pretty hard. Thanks for watching the restoration of the 1954 Kenmore box fan.